University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff would like to welcome you tonight to the Ultimate Honor Celebration, second annual, tonight honoring two late great legends at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, AM&N. And tonight, the recipients, which will culminate tomorrow at halftime of the men's basketball game, with their jersey numbers being retired, and two illustrious gentlemen that we speak of this year, Mr. James Red Allen, many nicknames, Tampa Red, Mac Allen. As you're going to hear some great stories coming up here in just a little bit about Mr. James Allen, as well as Mr. L.C. Greenwood, our other wonderful jersey retiree here this evening, as we now will have the families enter the banquet hall, starting with the Mr. James Allen family and the Willis Reed family. Give them a hand as they come in. Our next families, the L.C. Greenwood family and Joe Green family. Give them a hand. All right, what a wonderful evening tonight. We have some great honorees and legends here in the building tonight, rubbing shoulders with greatness. Of course, through AM&N and University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. It's a very, very special occasion here tonight. Some would say overdue, and we're glad the last couple of years that we could start such an annual event in honor these great individuals. I am Tim Stubbs, glad to be your co-MC tonight with Mr. Dennis Winston, who is also here, and I'll introduce him here in just a little while. The last 15 years, been honored to serve as the voice for UAPB football and basketball and things alike, as well as serving as the sports director for UAPB television. So once again, much like a year ago, a great honor for me to do this here this evening. Thank you. So as we keep things rolling along, I'm going to bring up our Chancellor, Dr. Lawrence B. Alexander, on the agenda, and we will keep things rolling this evening. Give him a hand as he's on his way to the podium.
Good evening, and welcome to the Ultimate Honor. I'd also like to welcome you to the beautiful Robinson Center here in the beautiful city of Little Rock, Arkansas. We hope you are having a wonderful time. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation to all of you first for your support of this event and for taking time out of your schedule in honor of two great human beings. At this, the second annual Ultimate Honor Jersey Retirement Celebration, We would like to especially recognize a couple of folks here. We have with us tonight Dr. Stephen Broughton. He is a trustee in the University of Arkansas System Board of Trustees. Dr. Broughton. And his wife, Cheryl. Cheryl Broughton, thank you. Chancellor Emeritus, Dr. Lawrence A. Davis Jr. is here. And you'll be hearing from him tonight. Dr. Carolyn Blakely, former Chancellor, is here tonight. Dr. Blakely. At our table, First Lady Veronica Alexander is here tonight as well. And all the public officials and community supporters in the room, we welcome all of you. This evening, we're here to honor two greats in the history of Golden Lion basketball and football. These two individuals are the late James Red Allen and the late Elsie Greenwood. We recognize them for their achievements and stellar performances as Golden Forces on both the hardwood and the gridiron. Muhammad Ali once said, "Champions aren't made in the gym. Champions are made from something they have deep inside of them. A desire, a dream, a vision." That statement holds true for both of our honorees. They had a desire that turned into a dream that turned into a vision, and a vision that turned into reality. As trailblazers, their realities have paved the way for many as they have left their sneaker and cleat marks for future generations of basketball and football players to follow. Tonight, we salute them for raising the bar, and we honor them for their accomplishments. I'd like to give special thanks tonight to the Jersey Retirement Selection and Steering Committees, the Athletics Department, and all who had a hand in making this event a success. For it was your diligence and hard work and dedication that has made this program the success that it is, and it is greatly appreciated. Once again, we thank you all for your attendance here tonight. We trust that you will have a good time, and thank you for coming.
Let's bring up Dr. L.A. Davis Jr., former Chancellor at UAPB, in place of Lonzo Hardy here this evening. Give him a hand.
Good afternoon. Chancellor Alexander, to Mr. Green, Mr. Reed, Mr. Blevins, our MCs for tonight, Mr. Winston, Mr. Stubbs, and all who are present here tonight to join us in this celebration. It is certainly an honor and a privilege for me to introduce the occasion. And of course, our prayers are with athletic Leon Hardy, who could not be here tonight. I want to commend the Chancellor and Mr. Hardy for having made this event possible. It was long overdue. And of course, we're here, as he said, to retire the team jerseys of James Red Allen of the Golden Lion Cajuns and Elsie Greenwood of the Gridiron Lions. Both had outstanding athletic careers, which is summarized in the program, so there's no need for me to repeat them. But you have to remember that when they were accomplishing these goals, especially the Cajuns, there were no 3 pointers. You also have to realize that they didn't have some of the facilities, Mr. Reed might know this, that we have today. We rode in cars. If you went to Grambling, you stayed in that dormitory, and you ate in that dining hall. And if you were a faculty member or staff member of Chancellor, you had to try to fill in. That's how I happened to be involved in the team. And you might not know it, but Dr. Jones, the president for 41 years at Grambling, was the baseball coach. And not only that, he didn't just be there in name. When he came to A&M, he was on the sideline. We also need to make mention of Mr. Clemens, who served as coach for all of these cages and the football team as a backfield coach. And he is the person that brought us out of the death penalty back into the SWAC, and we want to remember him for that. But all of these athletes that we're honoring, James McAllen, L.C. Greenwood, Mr. Blevins, and Mr. Mason, were very deserving. We extend this ultimate honor to them, not only to recognize them for their achievements, but also that posterity might be inspired. We eagerly anticipate future recognition for other deserving golden lions.
All right, we are just about ready to serve dinner this evening, so we'd like to ask each guest to give thanks in his or her own way. You may do so now, and then we will bring on the service. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue this evening, I wanted to make an announcement that UAPB Athletic Director Lonzo Hardy Jr. Could not attend tonight due to a family emergency with his mother. I just want everyone to keep him and his family thoughts and prayers with Mr. Lonzo Hardy Jr. tonight. And as we move along, I'm going to say a special thanks to our UAPB Jazz Ensemble. How about them tonight? Give them a round of applause. The next gentleman I'm going to bring to the stage, a friend of mine that had a chance to get to know here when he was a coach, football coach here at UAPB. He was a great player in his own right, even played in the National Football League. And from right here in this area, his son was a great football and basketball player as well. None other than Mr. Dennis Dirk Winston. Give him a round of applause as he makes his way up tonight.
Oh, God. Tell you what, I'm glad to be back. I think this is a special occasion that we're here tonight honoring these two gentlemen. I can remember when I was 9 years old, you know, my older brother used to go to school here. Well, I had two older brothers that went to school here. And today when I walked in, Mrs. Blevins hollered, "Is that Larry?" I said, "Larry?" I said, "No, this is Dennis." "Oh, okay." You know, she used to, Mrs. Blevins used to coach should I say, she used to teach my brother, you know, because Miss Anna Strong used to come in here to Pine Bluff and get a lot of the teachers here, or should I say the students here, after they got out and graduated, to come back to Mariana and teach down there. And so, you know, there's a close connection with Mariana and Arkansas A&M, UAPB. Tonight, I'm going to introduce a gentleman who I called on the phone and I said, "Hello?" I said, "Hello, Willis. This is Dennis Winston." He said, "Who?" I said, "Dennis Winston." He said, "Dirt?" I said, "Yeah, Dirt." "Oh, okay." So no one knows me as Dennis Winston. When I say that, you know, it's just like, you know, okay. But when I say dirt, he knew exactly who I was. You know, I was telling Coach Levins today about, you know, guys that Willis played with. You know, I used to watch them guys, and, you know, there's a story back that one of Willis's teammates, he used to shoot it in the corner. He was from Tennessee State. He'd shoot in the corner. And, you know, back then they had, you know, the water fountain was in the corner. So he would go over to the corner and have a drink. He'd shoot the ball, have a drink in the corner, and by the time he got to half court, it'd go through the net. I said, who was that? He said, Dick Skull Barnett. You know, these are the guys that Willis Reed played with, you know. Everybody had nicknames back then. He played with Dick Skull Barnett. He played with Walt Clyde Frazier, Earl the Pearl Monroe, Dave the Busher, Bill Bradley, and believe it or not, his backup was Phil Jackson. So Willis has been a part of winning ever since he was at Grambling. You know, as a matter of fact, his head basketball coach gave me my first job as the defense coordinator at Grambling State University in 1992, Coach Fred Hobby. And Fred Hobby, they tell me, created the fast break. And, you know, I know my coach, when we were coming up, you know, we fast break. Everything's fast break, you know. They always knew the things that they're doing now, Willis was doing those things back then. So let me give you a little bit about Willis. Now Willis says, hey, I gotta get this right now. They said he was born in Dubai, or is it Pico? Huh? Hyco in Bernice. Okay, that's all right there together for people that don't know about Louisiana. You know, it's Lily, Duboc, Hyco, all right there. And you know, I was also telling Willis about a guy, Coach Witt down at Grambling, that he played with, named, you know what I'm talking about, Willis? Howard Willis. Jim Dandy, go Jim Dandy, go. That was back in the day when all those guys were same size Willis, and Jim Dandy a little taller than Willis. So you can imagine those guys back then, how they were. But I'm going to introduce Willis, and he can come up here and do his thing, because, you know, you're looking at a two-time NBA champion, two-time NBA MVP, most valuable player, 7-time NBA All-Star, NBA All-Star Game MVP, All NBA First Team, 4-time All NBA Second Team, NBA All Defensive First Team. Now here's a guy who played against Wilt Chamberlain, played against Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, played against Nate Thurman. These are the type of people I know about and I watch, because I remember when Willis walked out that time, and man, I was hoping that he could just make it out there, you know. But his inspiration and him coming out there limping, and Willis hit the first 2 shots. And after then, it was over. Walt Frazier went crazy. You know, they could, you know, Walt couldn't miss. So tonight, we are a part of history here in Little Rock, Arkansas. This is going to be a part of history tonight. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you Hall of Famer, NBA, top 10 basketball players in the NBA, Mr. Willis Reed. Thank you very much.
I have a pen down in my pocket somewhere it's loose, but Bert, you did a hell of a job. Hell of a job. You read it just the way I gave it to you, but you added a little bit here and there. That's okay. That's okay. I too like to send prayers and well wishes to Coach Hardy's mom. I'm an only child. You know how mothers are. My wife on my phone. She got the one got all this space and time on it. I don't have none on mine. It is indeed an honor for me to be here for a special person. And that's James Little Red Allen. Most of you may not, some of you may not know how good he was. James Red, as they call him, Little Red, we actually beat him every game, he and Blevins and his brother and all, until we played our last game up here. Red had 56, and I was told by his brother, Harold, stand up, Harold. Okay. Okay, now, good. Give him a call. Now, let's stand there, Harold. Stand there. Okay, now, stand up, Coach Blevins. Stand up. Now, okay. James had, Little Red had, what's it, 58? How many you have? 32. Okay, but Harold said he won the game because he made 5 out of 6 free throws. Hey, it's all in the perspective of who's telling the story, right? Anyway, I have had a great kid. He's my frat brother. And I want to tell you about basketball. And one of the things they said earlier here about how hard it is, how tough the game is, and you have to really work hard. And matter of fact, I have a couple of my friends if I want to go for it. Stand up. This guy right here that don't have any hair anymore. Stand up. That's my schoolmate, George Charles. He played basketball for us 3 years together. We played football 3 years. And he actually played at Arkansas A&M for, 2 years? Then he left and went north and played with somebody else. I don't know who he played with up there. Now, where's this other guy? The guy, he got white hair. Where is he? He stepped out. Well, he knew it. Okay, he missed his chance. Okay. Anyway, that's George Hurst. He plays, he's a musician. He sings well and do all those great things. We've all went to the West Side, spent 3 years together, very good friends, and we had dinner together last night. But when you start to play basketball, it's a sport that, you get into. Now, I grew 3 inches in 3 months, started playing basketball in 9th grade. My first team was the worst team I played on. We won 5 or 6 games a year. My mother used to open the door and say, Mom, so who won? Who won? We lost, Mom. Who won? We lost. Who won? Found in the season, we won about 6 games, I think. Knocked on the Mom said, who won? We lost. She said, I should have known that. Why you mad? Now, guys, I want you to know, I'm an only child. And your mom who would cook those good cakes for you and all that, and who really believed in you when she started saying she know that we were going to lose before we lost, that made me work a lot harder. Gave me a lot more incentive to play the game. And I think that being a big kid who was very clumsy and really had to work at the game, I went to the right place, played for a guy named Coach Fred Hockey, who was never satisfied at anything we did. And I'm appreciative that Little Red is going to be honored in such a way. I'm going to tell you one thing, and trust me everyone, I am telling you what I believe is the truth. I believe that if James Little Red Allen was playing today, he would be recognized just as well because of the way he could score as the little guy in San Francisco by the name of Steph Curry, and I love him. And that's how good a player Little Red was. He was a great, great player, and I'm happy to see him in the hall. I personally think that one day he will make the actual NBA Hall of Fame. So they're starting to bring guys in. So I hope he will. He played a lot of basketball out there here at Arkansas A&M, and his name was very well known. He contributed a lot to the sport of basketball, and we are happy that we're going to be honoring such a man. He was a Phi Beta Sigma too, and that don't make him all bad. Yeah, but anyway, he was a great, great man. He did a lot of great things, I think, for the university. I think the honoring of him now by the university is a great thing. And we Louisiana boys have done well coming up to this part of the country. Our chancellor now is from down in Louisiana. He's had to come up here in Texas, Arkansas. I guess he likes the country though. But you notice the thing about those guys who live in New Orleans, they like water. You got to be around water. They like to be in water. You know, got rivers and things around. So he likes this country up here, and he's doing a good job. I can say this to you: we all that are graduates of the historical black colleges and universities, we have a challenge ahead of us, and we want to stay a part of it. And I know at Grambling, we have just now have a new president who is going to do a great job. I'm very happy. I think he's going to do a great job. We just got a new athletic director. Our coach, Coach Fobbs, who has just won the Black Championship, has done a phenomenal job. And Coach, he's got a good person working with him. He's got his father, and he still listens to his father. You know, most times you get to a certain age, you stop listening to your dad, or you think you know more than your dad. But I think that's been a great part of our starting to come back. We all going to have to start to pitch in a little more, guys. I mean, I think all of us have got to go out and do the work. I told President Gallo, I'm willing to help. I told our athletic director, I'm willing to help him. So I think everybody is willing to help. I came here because SWAC conference mean a lot to me. The SWAC was a place to play. Now, guys, you remember at one point when we started talking about L.C. Greenwood, and you're talking about guys who played at Mean Joe. Man, let me tell you something. We had a lot, Julius Buchanan, Ernie Ladd, we had a lot of great players just come out of all the black universities. And we still should try to get and come back and be a part of that as we can. And I think we can. We may not be as big a part as we were, but I think we still. I think universities are very good. I think our chancellors are good people, and we're teaching doing a great job. So I want to thank them for having me to be a part of this, and I'll be a part of it tomorrow at the game, even though we're playing Grambling. I won't be prejudiced about it, you know, but I'll have to sit and not go. Thanks very much. Great for having you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
The phrase big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games is often said by coaches across the country. But in UAPB basketball history, there's one player who truly exemplifies the meaning of that phrase, and that player is James Allen. Allen was a 4-year letter winner in basketball at UAPB, then Arkansas A&M from 1960 to 1964. This marksman of the hardwood possessed an exceptional shooting skill that is still talked about today. He finished his career at UAPB scoring 2,837 career points and is the school's all-time leading scorer. Allen is a 4-time All-Southwestern Athletic Conference selection and is an NAIA Division I All-American selection. Allen concluded the 1962-63 season averaging 27.1 points per game to lead the SWAC in scoring. Also that year, he was selected to play in the United States All-Star team that performed against the Russian All-Star team. Allen led the U.S. All-Stars in scoring, a team that featured NBA Hall of Famer Willis Reed, Bob Love of the Chicago Bulls, and Luke Jackson, the 1964 NBA Rookie of the Year. In his senior season, Allen once again led the team in conference in scoring, averaging 31.5 points per game, and earned a tryout for the 1964 Olympic team. Allen in his career at Arkansas A&M scored 40 or more points 6 times and twice scored 50 or more. Allen set the school record with most points scored in a game with 56 in a 129-124 win over Willis Reed and Grambling State before a capacity crowd at Hazard Gymnasium. After graduation from Arkansas A&M, Allen toured 5 seasons with the Harlem Clowns. He also appeared in 5 commercials for Nike, which were featured in The Soul of the Game by John Hewitt. Allen has been enshrined in 2 Halls of Fame. He's a 1999 inductee into the Palm Beach County Sports Hall of Fame and was a 2006 inductee into the SWAC Hall of Fame. Now he has one more accolade to add to his list of accomplishments, with his jersey to hang forever in the rafters of H.O. Clemens Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. James Allen.
Not only in the school history, but it's also recognized as the best 2 guards in the history of the SWAC also. So that's really a tribute to James McAllen. And to say a few things on that is that verifies because James McAllen and myself is the only 2 guards on any team that, was first team all SWAC. 3 out, he was 4 out of 4 years, and I was 4 out of 4 years. So that's really one of the things that I think about all the time. Here's a young man that was from West Palm Beach, Florida. And the story goes that he scored so many points on Tampa till they started naming him Tampa Red. So he's had one of his names is James McAllen, one is James Red Allen, and one is Tampa Red. Jerry West made the statement, said he was the best shooting guy he had ever seen shoot the basketball. And that's coming from, someone I was so saw greatest shooters at Jerry West. So he was a tremendous basketball player in all accounts. He was just a scorer. This guy, we were playing Grambling, like you see the way the SWAC is going now. You play Grambling and, the weekend. And I watched this young man score 46 one night, 47 one night, 40 one night, and 45 the next night on a 4-game trip. Okay, my most memorable was against the guest speaker at the affair at Willis Reed. We got hooked up over there. They came in. They was ranked number 2 in the country in NAIA basketball, which back then that was the thing. NAIA was, that's where all the teams were. But they was ranked number 2. And they arrived here with Willie Reed, Jerry West, and Como, and just, Wilbur Frazier. I mean, all these guys. And we hooked up over there in Hazard. And when the found horn blew, it was UAP, it was AM&N 106, Grambling 104. James McAllen scored a school record high of 56 points that night. It's like to say that congratulations to LC and also to my teammate and my friend, James McAllen, and it's long overdue, but as they say, good things always come to those who wait. And a good thing, I must say, James, rest in peace, my brother and my teammate. Thank you a lot.
James McAllen was one of the most prolific scorers that you would ever see. If you want to know what he really looked like, look at Steph Curry. That's the kind of scorer he was. And you have to remember that when he was making 50 and 60 points in a game, that we didn't have any 3-pointers. He was great. Willis Reed will tell you about one of the greatest games, and I don't want to get it wrong, but I think we had 3 overtimes. And Bladman stole the ball with about 3 or 4 seconds to play and dunked it over Willis Reed to win. But McAllen in that game probably scored 50. They both had scored as many as 50, 60 points. The other thing was, it was so exciting. The game started at 6:30, the crowd was there at 5. And we had a lot of people from the city that came. They would tell you about it. But those were some of the greatest days that you would ever want to see. He is one of the greatest basketball players that ever put on a jersey in this institution or in this conference. But this is long overdue, and I think that the chancellor and the athletic director and all others should be commended for making this event possible.
All right, now joining Miss Elise Wells Gilbert and Chancellor Alexander, we'd like to bring up the Red Allen family to be honored with the jersey that will be retired for tomorrow evening. Give them another round of applause.
To Chancellor Lawrence Alexander, board members that may be present, to the athletic director, Mr. Lonzo Hardy, in his absence, praying for his mother, alumni, friends, relatives, staff, and to all who have made this special jersey retirement event possible. I say thank you on behalf of the family of James Red McAllen. To the athletes who may have played basketball either with him, Blevins, I see you, or against you, Willis, fond memories. I say to each of you, even those who might have heard of him, you didn't actually see him play, but you heard all the accolades. I say, cherish the memories and thank God for blessing us to be great athletes. Also, Willis, I want to thank you for taking the time out from your schedule to return to our state and to honor my late brother, James Red McAllen. Also, allow me to also pause for a moment to honor the late Coach H.O. Clemens, who gave us the opportunity to play basketball for the AMN College Golden Lions, now the University of Arkansas UAPB. So now, on behalf of the entire Allen family, I am honored to accept this prestigious award, which is being presented to my late beloved brother, James Red McAllen. We thank all of you and say, God bless you. Thank you.
Summertime and the living is easy. Fish jumping, and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up sinking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you'll rise up singing. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Oh, my daddy, and my mom is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Thank you.
I need to step back. Encore. Tell you what, it's again, 4 people tonight that'll be together, even in the spirit with LC and Red. They're all a part of this history tonight. I want to introduce tonight someone who they called me up on the phone. They asked me, "Can you get a hold of Mike Tomlin?" I said, "Mike Tomlin?" I said, "Yeah, I can get a hold of Mike Tomlin," but I said, "What you want Mike Tomlin for?" He said, "Well, see." I said, I said, "You can't call anybody else but an original steel curtain guy." I said, LC is an original. I wore gold shoes in high school because of LC Greenwood. LC was the only one that would wear gold shoes and stand out and defy everybody. You know, LC paid a fine every game for wearing gold shoes, you know. And, but the guy that I'm gonna introduce tonight, tell you what, when you know, being a rookie, you know, you hear about all these guys. I'm wondering why I get drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. They just won the Super Bowl twice. And I'm sitting here, you know how your rookies be in camp and everything. You know, we sitting there, rookies go in a week first, and then the veterans, they come second. They come a week later. Boy, I tell you what, on that day when the veterans came in, you know, me and we were rookies, myself, Tony Dungy, who else? Robin Cole, first round draft choice. and sitting there throwing, all of us sitting around waiting, and boy, here they come. They coming in. They coming in. Here come LC. You know, here come Dwight. Here come Ernie Holmes. And who you think came last? Joe. But boy, hey, when they got put on their pads and everything and came down, you know, we was down there, down on the field waiting. They coming down the hill, and we like this. I'm over there, Joe Green, that's Joe Green, that's Joe Green. And that's it. And all of a sudden, first thing we do is what we call the Oklahoma drill. Joe lines up, Mike Webster lines up on the other side. Mike Webster come off the ball, boom, I mean like a jet. Only thing I know, I saw Mike Webster get caught like this and threw over here, and whoever that running back was, he got crushed right in the hole. And I said, you see that? Okay, so practice started. So, you know, one thing, you know, LC and Joe and them, they just kind of play around all the time. But when they get serious, it's a whole different picture out there. So Joe got serious out there, and what happened was he told me, hey, young blood. He said, that's what he called me. Hey, young blood. Hey, I'm gonna go through here and do this. You make sure you let make the tackle. I said, okay. And he go through that. Next thing I know, I step over here. He's running back there. I ain't had no choice but to tackle. And I said, this is easy. I said, playing behind these guys. So next play, I made another tackle. I said, they looking at me. Next thing I know, all four of them go in there and make the tackle. You got Ernie Holmes. You got Joe Green. You got Dwight White. You got LC Greenwood. And I hate standing by LC. I hated that more than anything in the world. LC was 6'8", 6'9", and I played beside him. And he would always put his hand on top of my head. And you know, he like this, kind of move out of his way. And he said, oh, Dirk, come on. And then, but, you know, him and Joe, you know, it was like all of them had nicknames too, you know. Fats Holmes, Mad Dog, you know. I mean, it's like, then you had the other one, LC was always cool though, you know, he was Hollywood Bags, you know. LC never got excited about anything. But let me go ahead on and bring Joe up, because I could talk about LC and them guys all day, because they are originals. You know, you're talking about the best team ever to play. I'm looking at 12 guys on that defensive team and that team we had are in the Hall of Fame. Or should I say 9, along with our head coach and our 2 owners in the Hall of Fame. I mean, you're looking at Franco Harris, you're looking at Terry Bradshaw, Mike Webster, John Stallworth, Lynn Swan, Jack Ham, Jack Lambert, Mel Blunt, and the original, Steel Curtin. Joe Green is the Steelers. Our owner had Joe Green to help induct him into the Hall of Fame. Joe spoke on behalf of our owner to go into the Hall of Fame. So Joe Green is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Drafted in the first round, the number 4th player taken out of North Texas State, Chuck Nolan's first big draft. He earned consensus All-American honors as a senior at North Texas. Pro Football Hall of Fame defensive tackle, four-time Super Bowl champs, 10-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. Now he was given that name, Mean Joe Green, because he hated to lose, and I mean hated to lose. So without further ado, the fearsome force is not here. The purple people eaters aren't here, but the steel curtain's here. People, history with Willis Reed and Joe Green. What I'd like to do is introduce you to Mr. Joe Green. Or should I say, Mean Joe Green.
I work hard trying to get rid of that mean image, you know that? Captain Reed, you know, I guess what I want to talk about tonight is something that you know about, something that you were. And all of you guys and ladies that participated in sports. You know, he's talking about Mean Joe and Steel Curtain, but you don't do anything in sports alone. You need teammates. But I want to begin by saying good evening to all of you UAB Pine Bluff University people for being here and supporting two of your very, very best. That's a special trait. Captain Reed, I just experienced, I think what the country did 2 weeks ago at the Super Bowl when they presented the historically black college members that were Hall of Fame, members of the NFL Hall of Fame. And it did have glimpses of years gone by with some of those guys that we saw, but it tugged at my heart to see those guys out there. Because it is a day, time is going by for, maybe not, but you remember when the best players in the South, you were playing against. It is a pleasure for me to be here this evening and have an opportunity to talk about my partner, my friend for many years, Mr. L.C. Greenwood. You know, I consider myself being one of those guys that were blessed to play with a lot of guys that enjoyed the sport as well as I did. Ernie Holmes right next to me, Dwight right away from me, Lambert behind me, LC to my left, and Jack Ham to my left. But the guy that I was in most communication with was LC. LC and I came to Pittsburgh together in '69, and we left together in '81. LC was 6'6", 238 pounds, which was small for a position, even back then. But he could get in that stance and he could take on the biggest guys and stuff them right there. Or he could go by them on the right side, on the left side, with the blink of an eye. It was just that fast and quick. You can see a picture of LC in the magazine program. You can see him coming around the end, and you could see through the goggles that he had on, and you could see that look in his eyes that I'm gonna get you. I was blessed because I was standing next to a guy that understood the game like I did. He had his own way of playing, and so did I. He allowed me to play next to him and not invade his turf. 75 and 68, 75 was money, 68 was LC. Both of those numbers together were better than 75. I'd like to think they were better than 68, but that's debatable. But the joy that we had was that we could roam around and do what we had to do, play our own mini game plan on top of the game plan that we had to attack the opposition. We played long enough together that we could communicate without verbalizing anything. His touch, his heart, was my heart. And it was joyful to be out there and roam around and do what we did. To win 4 Super Bowls, that sounds casual, but it's not. It's not. There's some mean and vicious things that go on in the trenches. Yes, it is. And if you don't stand up, then it's what happened. You get eaten. And we had 4 guys that could stand up. We could start it and we could finish it. But it was such a joy to be there with LC. I thought I was quick off the ball, and I played fast. LC played fast. And any of you that maybe know a little bit about football, that Coach, when you got a guy that's penetrating coming off fast, you want to trap him, you want to draw him, you want to run screens. Well, LC and I had a way of communicating that if I penetrated hard here, I was vulnerable to the inside. But you know what? When I penetrated hard, I said, LC, you got my back? He gave me a nod. He came underneath and knocked the trap, knocked the draw right there. Oftentimes, they were fumbling the football. LC was picking it up. If we wanted to change it up, he'd go first, I'd go second. We were playing the screen then. We could cover the draw, the trap, the screen, the sweeps, all of that. And if you can't do that to the left side, what you got? You got nothing. You got to go to plan B. Teams with plan B often. Dennis, I forgot about you. This guy here, he had the uncanny ability. He came late, he was a youngster. The ball would hit the ground, fumble. Dennis is about 5 yards away. He'd be the last guy going in. He'd come out with the ball. Not just once, not 3 or 4 times, but every time that happened, Dennis did it. Now, I had been around a little bit, so I kind of knew what he was doing in there. He was married on to a lot of things that wasn't the football. He never let him go. He took the football, but Dennis was a tremendous infusion into our football team. Thank you, Dennis. I asked LC many times, what does LC stand for? Love of cool. Love of cool. And that was exemplified many times, in our endeavors. And you can just imagine, they called me mean. You got Arrowhead Holmes playing next to me. And then you have Dwight Mad Dog. There's always banter going back and forth. I can't say the language that was used, it's carry years. But LC would just pour out. He never got involved in it. He just let us do what we did. We were getting ready to play an AFC championship game versus the Raiders out at Alameda County Coliseum. And the way the stadium is, the locker rooms are configured, they have the visitors, and then they have the home, and there's a hallway going through. And we were getting ready to play them in the afternoon game. The first game played in the East was around 1 o'clock, and our game was going to be played at 4 Eastern Standard Time. And we are sitting around getting taped and stretching and watching the game that was on TV, the first game. And LC was getting taped and stretching, and Gene Upshaw and Marshall walked through. Hey, LC, what are you doing? LC said, oh, I'm just seeing who we're going to be playing next. End of conversation, just like that. And true enough, we did win that ball game and play in Super Bowl IX. My joy was being out there with all of those guys, but to be there with LC and we could communicate and do what we did without any fussing or rancor. And when you compete, it gets very hostile, not just against those guys, but within your own group, because everybody wants to do the right thing. Everybody has an input. But LC and I, over 12 years, we never got into an argument about what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And that just made it so special. So special for me. There were times when I could beat my block, and I'm right there getting close to the quarterback, and bam, LC would hit the guy. I'm chasing and running, ready to pounce on it. LC would pounce before me. And he said he was 6'6", could run a 4.6. He's just an awesome talent. Never, ever complained. Never complained. It was a joy, truly a joy to play with LC alongside him. Did I tell you that LC was born in September 8th, 1946? I was born on September 24th, 1946. He was 16 days older than me. He didn't let me forget it. He was the big brother. He was the guy that was in charge. I don't care what I did, I couldn't I could not get beyond the 18 to 16 days. Could not do it. You know, I watched LC in Super Bowl IX. Chase Fran Tarkenton, the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, all over the field, knocking back passes. I even called him. He trapped him in the end zone and knocked the ball loose. Dwight touched him down for a safety, the first score of the Super Bowl IX. Super Bowl 10, when I didn't participate, I saw LC sack Roger Staubach 4 times. We had 7 sacks in that game, which was a Super Bowl record at the time. I think still is. LC got 4 of those sacks. Special guy, special talent. He looked like a basketball player, but he couldn't play basketball. Just like right now, the people at his church would say he is a good Christian man, and he's in the choir, but he can't sing. But he keeps trying. He kept trying. He kept trying. For 2 years, I was on the senior committee, selection committee of the NFL Hall of Fame. And I gave them 4 names, 4 guys during that era who I thought were the upper echelon guys. 2 of those guys were in the Hall of Fame at the time. 2 years ago, the 3rd guy was selected into the Hall of Fame. So the 4th guy kept getting overlooked. Now, I have been asked many times about prospective Hall of Fame guys, people that I played against. What do you think about this guy? What do you think about that guy? And I would give them my honest opinion. And sometimes, you know, those opinions were taken at face value. And I saw that the guy that I spoke of, you know, he got selected. Now, how Captain Reed, who knew Dave DeBusschere better than you? Nobody outside of that locker room did. When I spoke with my friend L.C. Greenwood, the non-com person might look at me and say, well, he's going to be prejudiced. He's biased because that's his guy. Bull crap. I know better. We went through the 12 years of wars that we had to deal with to get 4 Super Bowls, to win championships, through the bitterness of defeat, all of those things, through the pain. You know, LC told me that if he had to campaign to be in the Hall of Fame, he didn't want it. And I agree. The evidence is there in the stats and everything that he did. It's done. He can't do any more about it. I was disappointed for sure. For sure. His time still may come. The family will understand at last. But there'll still be some bitterness and some sadness. But I was next to the guy that I stole from him, I borrowed from him. That's
being next to him helped me be who I was as a player. Because whatever I did, whatever risk I took, I knew he'd have my back. We played during a time when there was a responsibility each and every down. You could not just rush the passer every down and put your defense at risk. First things first, stop the run, then rush the passer. He did it all. He wasn't just a pass rusher. He played everything. I tried to share that with the non-coms. Well, Willis, you know what the non-coms are. I'm going to get on this soapbox in a minute, but I'm going to leave it alone. I do think that LC should be in the National Football League Hall of Fame. I was looking forward to seeing A.D. Lonzo Hardy tonight. I spoke with him several times coming here. And as we stated earlier, we pray for him and his family. And it's a pleasure, Coach Coleman, to see you again. And Captain Reed, oh yeah. Those were the days, right? Those were the days. It's a pleasure always. And I really appreciate you having me here this evening to talk about my friend and companion, L.C. Greenwood. Boy, we used to compete at everything. Chess, cards, backgammon, everything. We didn't fish, but we competed. And it wasn't friendly. And we wouldn't expect that of one another to be friendly. But when it was over. Just like the game. Just like the games. Thank you so much for indulging me. Appreciate it.
When you speak of UAPB football, one name always comes to mind, and that name is L.C. Greenwood. Greenwood was a 4-year letter winner in football at UAPB, then Arkansas A&M from 1965 to 1968, earned an All-Southwestern Athletic Conference and Ebony All-American honors in 1968, his senior season of play. After a stellar collegiate career, Greenwood was drafted in the 10th round of the 1969 NFL draft by the Pittsburgh Steelers. In his 13-year career in Pittsburgh, Greenwood was a part of the famed Steel Curtain defense that went on to help the Steelers win 4 Super Bowls. In 1971 season, he led the Steelers in sacks with 8.5. Greenwood finished his career in the black and gold with 73.5 sacks, becoming the second player in franchise history to accomplish such a feat. This 6-time Pro Bowl selection and 2-time first-team All-Pro selection, as a member of the NFL's All-Decade Team, a member of the Steelers' All-Time Team, and their all-time 50th season team. In 1991, Greenwood was named to the Super Bowl All-Anniversary Team. This Canton, Mississippi native has been enshrined and honored on several occasions. In 2006, his high school, Canton High School, honored him by retiring his number 71 jersey and inducted him into their Hall of Fame. He was inducted into the SWAC Hall of Fame in 2004, the Black College Football Hall of Fame in 2005, the MEAC SWAC Legends Hall of Fame, the Mississippi Hall of Fame in 1996, the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame in 1997, and the Arkansas A&M UAPB Hall of Fame in 2000. Now he has one more honor bestowed upon him with his number to hang forever in H.O. Clemens Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. L.C. Greenwood.
L.C. had always been a kind of quiet guy. He's one of those guys that kind of sat around and observed. Very funny. He loved church. He loved going to church. He loved being a part of church, and he stayed to that all the way up until his passing. He was a very religious person. Good guy, good guy. Long overdue. He and Red both, long overdue. I think Coach Blevins, last year when he had his jersey retired, I think he mentioned the fact that, man, Red should have been in this before any of us. He said Red should have been here. And the LC, LC jersey, it needs to be retired. He did a great job while he was here, and of course everybody knows what he did in the NFL. But he's a great ambassador for our school, talked about our school all the time. Whenever we were any place together, he was always talking about the school to other people and stuff. So I think it's well overdue. We were playing golf, and he took me to this guy's country club. We hit the balls, and I went out and I won the first hole. So he's one down. I won the second hole. He's two down. He pressed, which means he made another bet. So go to the third hole. I won that, and I won the fourth hole, and he pressed again. So riding along with LC, I said, "Say, man, what are we betting for? $2 or $200?" And in his melodious voice and laughter, he hollered, "Yeah, you playing for $2,000." So
he was being recruited by several schools, and Texas Southern was his favorite at the time. He had planned to go to Texas Southern, going to major in, going to be a pharmacy, going to major in pharmacy. Well, I talked to him into taking a look at our school and our program, and then make his final decision. And I said, we don't offer pharmacy, but we have the science programs, and you'll have to go 2 more years anyway after school, unless you're in a pharmacy school. Well, he didn't really agree with me and fall for that, but he said, okay. Well, we talked with him later and convinced him to come and visit. He came down to visit and looked at our school, and we carried him around and went back home. In about 2 weeks, he called and said, well, he'd made up his mind, he'd like to come. In the meantime, Texas Southern had been back again, but he stuck with his member, said he wanted to come to Arkansas, and that's where we got him here. He was an athlete first, because he could have played any sport, but on the football field, he was kind of high-strung in the fact that he wanted to be the best. He didn't talk a lot, he just showed it to you. And then put him in drills, he wanted to be first. You'd say, well, wait, this is not full speed. He'd go a couple times, he'd forget it wasn't full speed every night. He'd wear somebody out. Then you gotta talk to him. See, there's no contact, it's not full speed. What we're doing here now is giving credit where credit was due. He earned every bit of it. He earned it in practice. That's the main thing. His effect on the other athletes was tremendous. He was a leader in do as I do. He didn't say that, but he wasn't a yeller or talker. His senior year now, he was captain. You couldn't discourage him, and he didn't mind pain, and he didn't miss workouts. He didn't miss practice. This is honest, I don't remember him missing a practice because of injury. In fact, I don't remember missing a practice because of anything. I mean, he practiced every day for 4 years, and he was never hurt. He banged up. He may be hurt or something during the ball running, but by the next game time, he's on the field and ready to go. He couldn't keep my ball game. He was that kind of person. He wanted to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, now coming up, Miss Annie Greenwood. Give her a round of applause as she joins Chancellor Alexander and Miss Elise. Going to bring up Miss Annie Greenwood now to say a few things on behalf of LC Greenwood.
Thank you. Good evening. Greetings to everyone. My name is Annie Greenwood, and LC was my big brother. He was also my best friend. We would like to, on behalf of LC's entire family, I have one other sister who is here with me. We'd like to take this opportunity to say to the city of Little Rock and Pine Bluff, to the university, faculty, staff, the membership committee, and friends and fans of LC Greenwood, we appreciate and applaud you for what you're doing on his behalf. We extend to you our sincere appreciation. LC thought awful highly of the university, and he often talked about it and spoke of it. His heart was here, and I believe Carson and his wife and I were talking earlier. He spent enough time here that they created a room in their home for him, and they named it the LC Greenwood Suite. And LC was a person who just believed in building friendships. And he did it well. And he didn't hold grudges. And Joe, I appreciate your comments. I know that you and he knew each other well and grew together, and he was extremely fond of you also. This is an honor that we are extremely grateful for, and we're extremely proud of also. And we take this opportunity to just extend our sincere appreciations and I thank you to you. And I'd like to say, if there are any former quarterbacks in the house, if LC were here tonight, he would say, I apologize. He did not make it into the NFL Hall of Fame, but he is in God's Hall of Fame. That you can be assured of. So on behalf of LC's entire family, I'd like to say thank you. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to bring up our Sports Information Director, Mr. Ronnie Johnson, to the stage for some special presentations.
Good evening once again, everyone. I have the esteemed honor of presenting a small token of our appreciation on behalf of our athletic director, Mr. Alonzo Hardy Jr., and our entire university staff. At this time, I ask, will Mr. Charles Mean Joe Green please step forward? Mr. Green, please step forward. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a hand. All right, at this time, will Mr. Willis Reed please step forward? Come on. All right, at this time, we ask Mr. Dennis Dirk Winston, please come forward. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. But last but not least, my good friend, my road partner for the last 4 years, Mr. Tim Stubbs. Please come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, please give these gentlemen another round of applause, please. Now I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Stubbs.
All right, what an amazing night tonight was as we wrap things up. Just one final round of applause for just an unbelievable evening. Well, with that being said, tomorrow night, 5 o'clock tip-off, UAPB Grambling State women. At 7:30 tip-off, UAPB Grambling State men. And now that they're over at the Hyper H.O. Clemens Arena, not quite the Hazard, but we'll see if we can have another 106, 104 barn burner tomorrow night, just for old time's sakes. With that note, we're going to end it there. Drive home safely. Good night and go Lions.